So today we got some news about the upcoming ArcheAge 3.0 expansion, and I just want to discuss it a bit. So to give you a little history with me and ArcheAge, ArcheAge is actually how my YouTube channel started and kind of how I got a following on Twitch. It all started with ArcheAge. And still till this day, ArcheAge is my favorite MMORPG out there, and I don't think anything will ever come close to the amount of fun that I've had in that game because of the open world PvP. But one of the main reasons that I fell in love with Revelation was because it kind of gave me ArcheAge vibes, and I'm hoping to have that kind of fun again. Now I also made a video recently called Why ArcheAge Why, and this video was just talking about the upcoming 3.0 expansion because I found a lot of the features really interesting, but I'm just sad that it's coming this late when ArcheAge is in such a bad state. If you go on Steam, there's less than 1,000 players playing it most of the time. It's just in a bad state. Now I know in that video I mentioned that, hey, if you return to ArcheAge, I won't judge you. I actually think it's a good fucking game. It's awesome. All the new stuff that's coming to it, I wouldn't blame you for returning. But playing at a time like now before the expansion, if you've never played ArcheAge or you've been thinking about returning, I don't think it's in a place to return unless you have lots of money. And that's why I tell people, if they want to play ArcheAge, wait until 3.0 with the fresh start servers, which is news that I didn't get until after making that video, that they actually are going to come up with these fresh start servers, and they're also planning on making a limited cash shop. Now how do I feel about this? I think that the fresh servers are going to bring a lot of players back, and I think it's going to be a load of fun, but I think that later down the line, Tryon, I think later down the line they are going to find a way to milk the players that are on this new server. Though it's going to have a limited cash shop, how long will that cash shop remain like that until they decide to put some shit in there that just makes players want to go full on credit card power like they do on every other server in ArcheAge? It's only a matter of time, especially if everyone's playing on that server. They got to make money somehow. And I know I sound like the devil because I'm always talking shit about Tryon or against ArcheAge. I hope that they don't do anything like that. I hope they don't try to milk the players and actually focus on the community more than the money, but it also is hard to do that when you need to pay to keep the servers running. So it's understandable, and the way that games are nowadays, free to play isn't really free to play. The way I see it is you're actually paying, you need to pay to play the game, but they give you the option to play the game as a free player, kind of like a demo. You're not getting the full experience if you're not paying money, especially games that have VIP and games like ArcheAge where the VIP is like a necessity. So yeah, it's free to play, but again, ArcheAge compared to other free to play games has a crazy amount of pay to win. And I think it's more because the cash to gold exchange through the Apex, or because buying gold illegally in ArcheAge is like a huge thing. I mean, I've seen it in all other games, but when it comes to ArcheAge, gold sellers were like the fucking MVP. It's like everyone was doing it, and that's just how everyone was getting their high-end gear, and it didn't seem like ArcheAge was doing much about it. I mean, they did catch some players, but overall most people got away with it, and there's nothing you can do. They bought the shit and they have the best gear on the server, pay to win. They could have went the route with Apex the legal way, but then they get less for the money they're spending, so they just went through the illegal gold sellers. But anyways, enough of the bullshit. I wanted to discuss this actual 3.0 expansion. I've been thinking about not doing this, but now that there's new servers coming about, I was just like, you know what? Let's talk about it. So yes, ArcheAge is still an amazing game to me, and I really miss it and wish I could return, but just now, not so much. 3.0 servers, hell yes. I would love to return to ArcheAge. I would love to go in with a bunch of friends and experience the glory days once more. On top of that, there's going to be new races, so I think there's going to be a third faction. There's already player-made factions, but there's the two factions. You have East and West, and then you have Pirates, but now you're going to have the Dwarves and Warborn. I don't know how this is going to be split up. Will they be their own faction? But whatever, this just adds more variety to the game. With the Dwarves, you can go into this mech form, and then with the Warborn, you pretty much turn into these demonic-looking beasts. I don't know how they're going to balance this out, seeing as the other races don't have powers like this, but it looks amazing. And there's going to be new areas, more player housing available, and one of the coolest things is this new abyssal power that allows you to change up the skills or add new skills to any skill tree in the game, which is going to change your playstyle overall. Now there's going to be a meta. I mean, we all know that. There's always a meta, but it's going to be cool to see what players come up with. I mean, I did a lot of theory crafting when it came to ArcheAge and always, just messing around with skill sets no one else would use. So with the addition of this abyssal power, allowing you to change up your attacks and do crazy shit, I definitely would like to mess with it. One of the coolest things with this expansion is the Thunderwing Titan, which is some giant Leviathan like dragon, and I guess the factions come together to fight this. Now in this video though, you can see that players aren't just gliding, but they have wings. So I don't know if wings are going to come to this game. Maybe they're trying to, keep up with what Revelation is doing. I don't know, but allowing players to actually fly, that's pretty cool. One thing that is weird though is that they are calling this expansion Revelation. I don't know why. With the new races, the new areas, more housing, a giant boss for the factions to come together and fight, fresh start servers. I feel like the only thing holding this back from being a really good fresh start server launch is the fact that there are other games coming out that are going to be competing. Now this expansion comes out on December 10th, but I don't know if that means that the fresh start servers are going to hit on December 10th or maybe a little bit before. I would hope so. They do have competition with Revelation. If that game comes out, these servers might not be as populated as, we want them to be, to have that super massive open world PvP. But if Revelation comes out like, a little bit further or goes into open beta like next year, this definitely could be fun until then, or who knows, people might stick around. ArcheAge might rise from the ashes once again. I can't really see that happening, but I can see it happening for a short period of time. So, I can't see ArcheAge becoming one of the most played games again, but I can see it being like that temporarily. Although I wouldn't mind. I mean, if this was a game that everyone started to respect again and, everyone fell in love with it, they didn't go pay to win with the new servers, I could definitely see myself making ArcheAge content again and just having a shit ton of fun. But for now, this just sounds like an amazing thing that's coming too late, but I still want to experience it. So I do plan on playing on the fresh start servers when the 3.0 goes live, but I don't know if I'm going to commit to it again like I used to. I don't know if I'm going to full time it and give it my entire life. Let me know what you guys think. How many of you have played ArcheAge? How many of you have not? And who plans on returning to the game when 3.0 hits? Are you going to return to the server you were already on, or are you going to return to the fresh start servers? And also, if you haven't logged into the game for a while, I did yesterday, just for fun, and I streamed it for a bit, and they give you a lot of stuff for returning to the game. Although this isn't going to matter once we get on the fresh start servers because you have to make a new account. So the nostalgia is hitting me hard. I'm excited. Let me know if you guys are, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you soon, friends.